Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I felt the urge, I've been feeling that for a while, but today I made a decision to record this video because I feel like I'm at this stage in my life. I have enough experience to be able to advise people based on my personal experience on how to deal with difficult people. By difficult people, I mean mean people, people that are rude to you or not being helpful when you ask them, just being difficult, bitter, be it strangers, colleagues, people that you have to spend time with, unfortunately, like your school friends, colleagues at work, your boss, or like your parents that you have to share the same roof with, unfortunately, that are not being like reasonable and are being difficult. We deal with toxic, mean people on a daily basis, unfortunately. People tend to focus more on the things that are more, basically focusing on the things that are less negative, because why would you focus on negative stuff, right? We tend to talk about it less, but I think mean people do affect you. They still make you feel like shit. Even if it's for a little amount of time, you still end up feeling like shit. For example, you are in a good mood. You come work, right? And your colleague says something dumb to you. Like, for example, oh my God, these tights look horrible on you. And those tights, you spent like ages choosing them and you're so happy with them, and then you bought them and you couldn't wait to rock those tights. But the first thing that you hear when you come work is, oh my God, these tights are horrible. Or like your boss is being toxic and just micromanaging, horrible person, that you have to deal with Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Or like your family being so rude to you. Unfortunately, we have to deal with these things because we unfortunately have to deal with people. And people are a very complex creatures that have a mind of their own feelings, thoughts, their own perception. And unfortunately, dealing with people means living your life unless you become a monk and never deal with them. I figured out a series of steps and tips that help me deal with difficult people. Okay, let's begin with the people that you have to spend most of your time with. In my case, it was my manager from my previous job, okay? I used to be a waitress and my manager used to be a total bitch. Like literally unreasonably bossing me around, saying horrible things to me like, oh, you can't eat here. I'm like, why can I not eat here? Because she's like, oh, because you haven't bought food from the premises. I'm like, yeah, but why can I not? Because the customers might see this and be like, oh, this is not what you guys sell, therefore I can bring my own food and eat it here. And I could be like, no, I can't eat out the front because what if you made food in the kitchen for staff? Staff can get their own meals, right? Chefs can cook for staff separately and you can come out and have it, and I don't think anyone will say anything, Me eating my own food without like labels or tags and just eating it at the table is not the same as a customer showing up with a massive bag of McDonald's and like starts eating it, like drinking with a massive Coke from McDonald's. Like it's not the same thing, Then she goes, oh, maybe, but go kitchen. I'm like, there's nowhere to sit in the kitchen. She's like, well, sit on the floor then or something like that, Just like unreasonably rude and has no clue about respect, has no clue about basic respect for a human being, especially a worker that kind of works for you, that you have to manage. Okay, that was just an example of what she used to do. She was literally the reason I left the job, because it's a different thing when you are fighting, like, for example, a colleague. You are on the same level, if you get what I mean. There's no like a chain of command when you're just like with your colleague and you can sort it out between you guys. But when it comes to your manager, I don't think you can change your manager, so you leave, Yeah, I used to hate my manager on a daily basis. Every time my manager is rude to me, I would at first, I tried to not take it personally. I tried to focus on good things. But then I would come home, next morning you go work again, and she does the same thing again, she says different stuff to you that affect you. And then days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and it's that kind of shit starts building up. Do you get what I mean? You still unintentionally start thinking about the things she said and you start taking it personally. You start hating your life. You start feeling anxious about going to work because you're afraid of being treated like shit again, that stuff just keeps building up, right? I was afraid, like, what if I leave this job? I would have another person doing the same shit at a different job, you know? I don't think I should just like run away, because I had the same problem before that job. So I had another horrible manager in a different restaurant I used to work at. So I thought, okay, now I'm having a horrible time. I'm gonna have even worse time in the next place I go to, because people are shit, you know? But then I watched a video about a girl. I cannot link this video because I'm not sure where I found it. But I just watched this video about this girl, like highly spiritual girl. If I find it, I'll ping it down or whatever. So I found this girl that immigrated to Australia, young girl. And she needed to start from the bottom because she immigrated to Australia with her stepfather and her like siblings to start like a new, fresh off the boat kind of person that immigrated to Australia for a better life. And she was working in a restaurant. In that restaurant, right, people were very mean to her. Staff was mean to her. She goes kitchen, chef is mean to her. A manager is being like rude unreasonably, like with me. A kitchen porter would be racist to her, she would say. You know, everyone is just like annoying, taking the piss. And she just used to hate her life, but she had to go work in that restaurant because she didn't have many options, you know. She had no choice. She had to keep working in that restaurant. And she also lost her mother, like shortly before she moved to Australia, okay? One day she just came home, she started crying and asking God, the universe, why, like, why? She doesn't seem like a bad person to me. I only receive good vibes from that person. She doesn't look like an a-hole that would piss everyone off, you know? Like, she's not a bad person, and she's very young as well. She's like 15 or 16, I don't know what age you can start working from in Australia, but she was very young. She looked young, okay? And that evening, she started crying. She started crying a lot. It all built up, all this horrible treatment. And she was saying, why do I deserve this? Why is this happening to me? First, I lost my mother, and then people are being mean to me, being racist to me, being horrible to me. Like, why is this happening to me? You can imagine her pain, right? Losing your mother, and then people are being horrible to you. You're starting a new life in a different, completely different country to your own country, and poverty as well. And she said, like, it got so much that she like cried her eyes out in that evening. She was just like, it all built up and it just all exploded in that evening. Okay? So she was lying in bed, like she cried so much that she got exhausted, and then she just fell asleep. Okay? Then she has a dream how her mom was petting on her head. Okay, like this. And she was looking at her while she was crying to her in her sleep, complaining about life and that why is it so unfair on her. Her mother then kept like calming her, saying kind words like, it's okay, my love. I will take all the pain away. I'm so sorry it's happening to you. But don't worry, it will go. Just don't cry. Please don't cry. You know how much I love you, you know? All these nice things her mom was saying to her. And then she fell asleep. And in that sleep, she basically had a sleep and a sleep, okay? She was asleep, and then next morning, in her dream, she went work. To the same work. So now she steps into the kitchen or like a restaurant, wherever they were mean to her. She sees a person that was, for example, racist to her, yeah? And that person comes up to her and takes her hand, and he says, I'm so sorry I did that to you. I'm so sorry for being horrible to you. It's just I'm very insecure. And she was like, because she thought it was for real, she was like, oh, you know, it's fine. Like, I'm sorry if I pissed you off. Like, she didn't know what to say, you know, them being this vulnerable. She didn't know what to say to that person that was so like open to her. Then she goes to another person, like, and then that other person that was rude to her as well says, I'm so sorry I called you this and that, and I'm so sorry for being horrible to you. It's just, I'm lonely. I divorced my wife, I've not seen my kids in a while, and I'm just so lonely and I'm so afraid. I'm so sorry for being rude to you. The girl is shocked. The girl is shocked, okay? Then she meets another person that also apologizes. But they all were saying to her the reason why they were rude to her. and they were being very genuine. After her shift, she felt relief in that dream. She felt that she shouldn't have judged them, you know? I mean, she wasn't judging, but she was taking all these things personally. She let it get to her heart. Then she wakes up, okay? Then she goes work. I don't know if it's true or not, but what she says is, from that day on, whoever was rude to her at work, in real life, okay, IRL, was never mean to her again. Everyone was super friendly. Everyone was just so nice and genuine. From that day on, nobody was mean to her. That video made me think, if those people at work were telling her, like, the reason why they're so angry, I tried working in my head with why my manager being so horrible to me. Then I thought about it, like, I only have to work part-time, okay? And I finish around 1, 2, just a couple times a week. In my current job, I work 3 times a week. In that job, I used to work like 2, 3 times a week as well. Also finishing around in the afternoon, okay? That lady had to work probably not 9 to 6, but you know, hospitality hours are very long. So she had to do 12, 13-hour shifts, Monday to Friday, sometimes being asked to work weekends and just all the time working, if you get what I mean. And when you work in that same place every day on your feet in the stressful hospitality environment, trying to please customers, trying to get the business run smoothly, it builds up, you know, will take a toll on you. And I was like, oh, but I only have to work just for my pocket money. I don't take this job as serious as her. I don't mean that I'm just doing my job shit, but I'm just saying that I just don't have this pressure on me about a job. It's just a job and I can always find another job, you know, and it's part-time. And I have all the time in the world after my work to be able to do what I like, you know? I'm a lucky person like this. But she probably just has time to come home and get ready for her shift the next day, okay? That was the reason number 1 why I thought, like, why she can be mean to her staff. Reason number 2 was probably that she was depending on that job and I wasn't. And she was so depending on that job that she had to follow every single rule. And I mean, you have to anyway if you're employed. She felt that I don't care as much, you know? I'm a free person and luckily I am, you know? And she saw that maybe she didn't like it. Maybe she was old, because not maybe, she's quite old, okay? Older person, and I'm young. Maybe she's jealous that she's old and still works in a restaurant. I don't know. All these reasons you can come up with. If you're like, for example, an attractive girl, you know, maybe guys like you. They're like, oh my God, she will get all the guys in a club or at a party, and who are we going to be with? We'll be alone on our own because everyone will want to be with her, you know? Everyone has a reason. If it's not a personal reason, like them having a hard time, a difficult life, like that girl that went to a restaurant and the kitchen staff was confessing about their personal problems. If they don't have personal problems, that then they project those personal problems onto you, maybe they literally have a personal problem with you because you're in their mind better than them, you know? After all this, analyzing and doing this journaling work and just trying to understand where people might be coming from, like trying to put myself in their position, I realized that it has nothing to do with me. People being rude to me has nothing to do with me. It's their own problem and their own projection of their fears, insecurities, and happiness onto others, whoever they encounter. So whatever their reason is for being rude to you, please guys, do not repeat my mistake. Do not ever take it seriously, because it has nothing to do with you. Even if it does have something to do with you, it is not your fault. It's the problem in their mind, in their psyche, you know? They cannot control their psyche and cannot like be objective and reasonable because they're just fed up with emotions. They're filled with emotions, and they cannot think straight because they're humans, not robots, and they just like project their feelings and emotions onto you. Okay, that's when I stopped, finally, at 27 years old, don't repeat my mistake, stopped caring what other people think. And I stopped taking things personally. Of course, if they're being hard, they're making your life miserable, they're just toxic people, you know, that still affect you badly, just leave. Leave that job. Do not try and think, oh, maybe tomorrow will be better, or oh, maybe they had a bad day. If you want to be reasonable like that, okay, maybe a month or two, maybe it goes, you know, maybe it will go and you'll start like, it will all start going smooth. But if you feel that a person is toxic on a day-to-day basis, no matter what the reason is behind why are they like that, I suggest leave that job. There's always a job somewhere out there that will not guarantee, I'm not guaranteeing that will treat you way better. They might still treat you like a shit, but it will still be a better kind of shit than the one you're in now. You know? No, like, seriously, what if you actually find a job that treats you amazing? And, you know, you'll only be treated like shit every once in a while. Like, once a month, someone does a stupid comment. Like, that's bearable, right? Still pays the bills. So, yeah, keep searching. Don't take it personally. Yeah. That was about, like, basically people that you're not related to, but you have to spend a long time with, working or going school to. Okay, now let's talk about your family being mean to you. Unfortunately, a lot of people cannot cut their relatives or family off because they're toxic. Well, if they're being toxic, just try to obviously limit your interactions. Like, you do not deserve to be treated like that, or just be in the presence of these low vibe feelings. If you get what I mean, because vibes are real, you know. If their vibes are off, you don't have to like put yourself out there for them, be there for them. You know, you do not have to put up with that. Why do you have to make yourself feel uncomfortable? Just limit your time with them, you know? I remember when I was growing up, I had to live with my parents before I turned 18. And I remember my dad saying stupid shit like, you'll never become a DJ. I was like, I want to be a creative person. I want to work in the creative industry. I was thinking of making music or be a DJ. And he always used to tell me, you'll never be a DJ. It's just a hobby if you want to. I will not support that. It's very like a low quality kind of job for me, because you need to do something respected, like being a lawyer, being in finance and stuff like that, you know. And whatever my pursuits were, which were in the creative industries, like drawing, I like making music, DJing, he used to be like, that's all bullshit. That I don't know what the problem was, but I now know what the problem was. I'll tell you now. So what he used to do, he used to say like horrible things about creative people, you know. He used to say stuff like, oh, my friend was a DJ, now look at him, where he's at now, you know. He's like not making much money. People are not booking him for sets because like he's old, he's 50 like me, and he does drugs, blah, as if people in finance don't do drugs, you know. And just like very bad perception about people in creative industries, you know. And I was thinking to myself, but what do you do when you're having a shit day at your respected job? You go watch a film, right? That was created by creative people. You go listen to music that was made by musicians, drug-addicted musicians. You go art exhibition that was painted by horrible creative people. And he used to say things to me like, all creative people, they just want to make money easily and have fun along the way making money. I used to be like, is it bad? Is it bad that you want to make money enjoying it? Why can't you make money easy? If it was easy anyway. You know, why don't you make money easy that way if it's so easy being creative? I used to be so upset about it until I obviously watched that amazing, miraculous video by that girl, Australia moved Australian girl now, let's say she's an Australian girl now. I then started putting myself in Dad's position. Where would be he coming from? Why was he being so difficult to me? Then I looked at his life. He had to work his way up, and he had to make sure that wherever he goes to, he would get financial stability. Because he got married early, he already had 2 kids. And when you have kids, you can't take risks of being a creative person, right? You can do it on the side, but I guess if you're busy with 2 kids at home and having a full-time job that doesn't pay much, and you have to do some other businesses that should still work out, he never even considered doing something that his heart would want because of his past mistakes. Then he divorced his wife, then he met my mom, then they had a baby already. Then they had to have more kids, and then they had to provide for more kids now, as well as paying for those kids from his previous marriage. And when the hell would he take a risk of being a creator, He wouldn't have time, he was stressed, he was taking it all out on us, and just maybe he was just even a bit jealous of creative people that can make money easily, because he never had this opportunity because of his mistakes, or maybe not mistakes, because of his choices, okay? Because of his choices, he could not do what I could do. Luckily I have no kids and I can take a risk of trying something creative and it might work out, But he never had that choice. And I think he hates the fact that I assume so anyway, I think he hates the fact that he almost didn't have balls to go boldly like that after his dreams. He even told himself not to dare dreaming. Just do something that will for sure work out. Maybe even people were pressuring him. Parents, relatives, friends were saying, oh, you need to be in a respected position, a man, and you have to do something, a serious job. What's this singing? What's this acting? All that stuff, He was a victim of a social pressure. And he was a victim of not being able to say no. And he was a victim of his own choices. That's why he deep down kind of admires probably my bravery of saying, this is what I want to do. I don't care if it's prestigious or not. But he kind of hates that I did it, and he hates that I did, but he couldn't. But his own daughter, so little to him, dared, but he couldn't dare. And he hates the fact that you can make money having fun, I guess, if you try. But he doesn't have this opportunity anymore. I would argue that he could, but he's so afraid he doesn't even let this thought cross his mind. That's why he hates on creative people. He's just jealous, basically. Just jealous. Something like that. He was just fighting his own childhood trauma and his own choices. He was fighting himself while being mean to me. I realized where he came from, and all I feel for him now is, luckily I didn't listen to him. I'm still going my way, and it just taught me compassion. I feel sorry for him. I genuinely feel sorry for a person. Any person I feel sorry for, but I'm not here to feel sorry for people. You still are responsible for your own destiny, for your life. It still does not let you treat others like shit or be mean to them or make them feel insecure. It still does not let you do that. You don't have an excuse, okay? Your shit past doesn't let you treat people in the present like shit. It doesn't let you. Like my manager being rude to me, still you can't do this. Dad being rude to me, you can't do that. Still, you can't. But this mindset taught me not to take things personally. So whatever they're saying, yes, they're being disrespectful, yes, but who cares? They don't realize that they're being disrespectful to you. Just zen out. Don't give a shit what they say. Okay? Just go about your day. If they're being horrible, just leave that place. Move out. Don't talk to them as often. If you have to deal with them on a daily basis, I guess it's not that bad. Just whatever she said, just let it in and out like that. Don't be like, oh my God, why is it happening to me? Because it's them. That's the problem, not you. Not you. Just go about your day. You know, another thing is with, yeah, like people are being mean to you and projecting their stuff, but there's another thing when they're bullying you. If you're someone in school, I am perfectly aware of getting bullied in school. I know that feeling. Mainly because they might either find a victim, you know. School is like a playground or like a hunting field, you know. The kids are kind of in a society, and because we're all animals, we're primates, they're trying to like build dominance, make themselves feel better, they're growing up, all that shit. Okay, don't take it personally. It's just them trying to fight their own animal brain. Okay, but if you're a highly intelligent person and you don't like resonate with what they do, I guess I have like a series of tips on how to deal with it. I got bullied in school. I was bullied, but obviously not as bad, but I kind of was bullied, mainly by the guys. I was like, why girls wouldn't say anything to me? Like, but guys used to, you know? They would say stuff to me like, oh my God, when are you gonna shave these eyebrows? Because I naturally have very like fake dark eyebrows. They used to say stuff like that to me, you know, because like they were like, oh my God, don't you want to like, you know, shave your eyebrows, pluck them? Because all they are used to seeing is ladies that have no eyebrows and they draw new ones, or crazy girls that literally pluck their eyebrows, pluck the hell out of their eyebrows and draw new eyebrows like that instead of the eyebrows that they used to have. They used to these sort of eyebrows in girls. They used to normal girls. I am not the majority, okay? I don't have like a standard beauty face, okay? I have kind of unique features, I think. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but when I was growing up, since I was in school, primary school, year 1, they used to say stuff like that to me. Can you shave your eyebrows? Pluck your eyebrows. What are these eyebrows? Eyebrows, eyebrows, you know? Or like, oh my God, you're so hairy. They're so dark, your hair. Do you want to shave your hair? I'm like, why would I shave my hair? I'm not a fucking frog. I don't want to be hairless. I like my hair. I used to get so pissed off. When I was little, okay, I literally shaved my eyebrow. I shaved. When I was doing that, I thought I would just like, I would thin it out like with thinning scissors. But because I was a dumb bitch, I was like shaving an eyebrow with my dad's razor, and I shaved like half of it. And I looked like a K-pop singer, literally. Like here, there was like a patch, a naked fucking patch on my amazing eyebrows. On my beautiful eyebrows, I fucked them up with this razor. It was like that. And I come out the bathroom, I'm like, Mom, look what I've done. Mom was like, oh my God, why would you do that? I was like, because they keep telling me that my eyebrows were shit and I tried to fit in, you know. I was like, I thought there was something seriously wrong with my eyebrows. My mom was like so devastated. She was like, they should be your pride. You're so unique with these eyebrows. Who the hell would say that to you? I was like, the majority of my classmates that are male, the boys used to tell me that, you know. Horrible. Anyway, for a year until it grew out, I had to, you know, lip liner, black lip liner or black eyeliner. I had to like draw fake eyebrows. That patch I used to like draw over it, literally. If one person these days tells me to pluck my eyebrows, I'll be like, oh, jealous motherfucker. Leave my eyebrows alone, okay? So yeah, I used to take it so personally, and it kept going on until I was like 17. They kept telling me this shit. Eyebrows, eyebrows, eyebrows. And just like always commenting on my face in general. And then now I'm like 10 years after, thank God, my psyche isn't that vulnerable anymore. I can see things kind of clearly, but not quite there yet, but I can still, like I started to. I have critical thinking, all right? In my class, I was the only girl with these sort of eyebrows. And I was the only girl that didn't fancy going out with any of the boys in the class because they were kind of, I wasn't attracted to them. Whereas the rest of my classmates, they were all like, do you want to go bowling or something after school? I don't want to go bowling with these boys. But they were the ones that wanted to go out with the boys. And boys used to like you know, like dating them, holding hands, training on how to make out with the girls and shit like that. I'm sorry I wasn't the one. I'm sorry I was into other things and I was into boys from outside my school, you know. Boys outside school exist as well. There are other older boys, maybe my age, but still like more interesting. And I just couldn't find a guy in my school that would interest me. And they could feel that shit. And they could feel that I don't look like many girls, okay? Maybe they thought I was pretty. I don't know. So if that's the case, congratulations. If people treat you like shit in class, especially like opposite gender, that means you're attractive, you are unique, and after school you'll never see these losers again, okay? They will probably not make it outside their hometown and they will just be losers. They'll keep doing them, okay? But you, beautiful, amazing, hotness, a hot mess, okay? A hot mess that messes with their minds. You, hot mess, you can get through school. Just like, don't listen to these losers. Do not let them alter your decisions like me, like shaving my eyebrows. Do not change anything about you unless it's like my classmate. Okay, she has like very dark facial hair and she literally had like a mustache. When the boys were telling her like, yo, like shave your upper lip or like, you know, wax them, that was not bullying. That was just like a literal friend advice. So that's a different thing. But unless you don't look like that, you know, do not listen to these people, okay? They're just jealous. They're just jealous. Probably, or just uncomfortable that you're different, and they want to make themselves feel different, feel better by making you feel weird, so they can make themselves feel good. I guess I even went through stages of acceptance when that was happening to me. First stage was, oh my god, my eyebrows are horrible. Nobody wants to be friends with me, my eyebrows are horrible. I used to be like, why is this happening to me? Why? Why can't I have normal friends? Why can't I be invited to birthday parties? Why am I so lonely? Why I hate this life? Why is this happening to me? That was like self-pity stage, okay? Of taking things personally, because I was stupid. Then I went on to second stage, which was accepting it. I was like, yeah, my eyebrows are huge. I don't look like other girls, okay? They're straight as well. They're not like arched. Just like a weird skull structure, okay? Not like many people have. I accepted it. Accepted it. Accepted it again. I just accepted it to the point that it stopped being painful. I don't care anymore about my eyebrows. Yes, they're big. Yes, I look like a guy. Yes, I don't look like a girl. Yes, I'm not being feminine. Yes, I look like I'm devil's daughter with my black eyebrows and my black hair. Okay, I accepted it. And my pale skin. Okay, so what? Yes, I am ugly or unusual. I don't know. I accepted it. Pretty ugly. I don't know who I am, but I'm weird. Okay, I'm weird. I accepted it. After this acceptance, you know what came? I stopped caring. Like, I stopped caring to the point a guy would come up to me and be like, yo, hi, you and your massive eyebrows. How is it going? Can you see shit still? Are they not too heavy? Are you able to see clearly? I used to be like, indifferent. And you just look at him like, because they're miserable. They are miserable. That's it. Maybe it's a good thing it happened to me, because what they taught me is strength. What makes a person strong is not something that like doesn't happen to him and he lives a happy life. What makes a person strong is these situations. It's hardships and mean people. Because you become strong, you become unbreakable. Yeah, it will break you at first. Like, you remember stage 1 and 2, it will break you first. But then you just become so unbreakable afterwards. You don't care. So these bullies make you strong. Okay? I'm grateful that it happened to me because I'm a strong person now. Yeah. So, okay. It was a bit all over the place, this video. I don't know, when it comes to like personal stuff, I don't like doing like a schedule or like, sorry, planning it out, doing a script. First you talk about this, then you talk about that, then you talk about this, and then you like, you know, I don't do this mind map and brainstorm stuff. I don't know, when it comes to personal things, I think like, okay, it will just, one thing will lead to another, it will all come out naturally, so I'm genuine, okay? So I hope you get the idea. If you survived until the end of this video, thank you. If you think these advices were useful, you can comment down below and say like that was useful. And if there's something that you're struggling with and you're going through something that is not nice, please comment and I might be able to help you with examples. Because that shit I've been living through my whole life. I think that was like a curse of me when I was born. She'll be bullied, she'll be treated like shit. Anyway, comment, leave likes if it was useful. If there's something unclear, ask me. I'm here, not going anywhere. Anyway, thank you for watching and I hope that you will have one... You know what? After this video, I hope there will be one less bully if you're a bully watching this shit. Okay? And I hope if you're not a bully, a victim like me, I hope that you stay strong and get through this hardship. Because I promise you, in the end, it will all make sense. And you'll be grateful that you didn't stop, you kept going, and you didn't give up. Don't let others break you. Because that's what they exactly want. They want to break you, okay? Don't let them break you. Sorry for being this intense. Bye.